Hello and welcome back to another DLC episode of the Extremely Casual Gamers podcast with Ali, Chris and Guy. This is our dedicated listener contribution episode. Sometimes we talk about games and we review them. Guy, take it away.
Last week I talked about how I finished Far Cry 6, which is the latest from the Far Cry games.
So that's the one on the island?
Yes, it's the one that tastes, essentially, it's a fake island called Yara, which is kind of like a Cuba, and it's run by a dictator called Anton Castillo. And the cool thing about this guy is that it's played by Juan Carlos, I need to double check his name, Juan Carlo Esposito, the guy who was from Breaking Bad, who was
Los
Gus.
Pollos Hermanos?
Yeah, so he's a really good bad guy. And he is a really good bad guy in this game. The whole time, he's evil, he's calculated, he's cold, he's brutal.
He's charismatic.
Is
he not?
No, he's not charismatic
Sorry,
in the game.
I haven't seen any
he's
of
just he's a piece of shit, really. He's a dictator.
Okay.
He's lives are expendable. And the whole point of the game is that you're a freedom fighter, you're a guerrilla, and you're trying to take him down. You take down all of his lieutenants and stuff, and it really builds to this moment where essentially, hey, bad guy here, we're gonna kill him.
Okay.
Right?
You've got something to say, Chris?
Sorry, this spoiler thing, when are we starting that?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm saying the premise of the game. Right. So let's. All right. Sorry.
Yeah.
I want to talk about how I didn't like how the game ended. Now, obviously, this game came out in October 2021, so it is relatively fresh.
Yep, it doesn't matter because we've discussed this on the podcast. People might not have played it yet.
Yes. So if this game is on your you want to play this game, or you're even thinking about maybe playing this game, right? I am going to spoil the ending.
All right. So here's how we're going to do it. If you're listening to this and it's on your to playlist or you're playing it right now,
Yes.
Is 3 minutes enough?
I don't need 3 minutes. Give me a minute.
Okay,
1 minute? All right.
1 minute.
You've got 1 minute. All right. And if you're listening to this, tap forward twice on the 30-second skip button or look down at the time bar and skip forward 1 minute starting now.
I don't like how this game ended because you're a freedom fighter and you're slowly taking back the island from this bad guy. And right at the very end, you're like, okay, you go to his tower. He's at the top of the tower. He's right there. He's got his 13-year-old son who's going to be like the next in line. You'd be like, but is he going to be a good kid? Is he a bad kid? Has he been taken over by his dad, or is he actually going to do the right thing and kill his dad for you? Or are you, as the person who has played this game and you've been involved in the storyline, do you get the satisfying ending where you shoot him in the freaking head, or you get to kill him? Right at the very end, there's a cutscene where he shoots his own son in the chest and kills him. So that's like, okay, cool, he's just killed his 13-year-old son. And then he cuts his own throat, he dies, and then the game ends with you, the main character. They're like, oh, do you want to be in charge of Yara now because everybody loves you? And you just go, no, someone else does it. And then that's it.
I can see why that's anticlimactic.
You don't get to kill the bad guy.
Yeah, damn it.
And 1 minute is up.
And that is why I don't like how the game ended.
Right,
Beautiful.
okay, interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
So that is the first time where I've played a game, loved it, right up until the very end, and then hated it.
Wow.
It ruined the game experience for me. I'm not even sitting there going like, oh, well, at least I had fun. I'm like, no.
The whole thing was a waste.
It feels like a waste.
So, because based on what you described there, and we won't go into detail again, but I was like, oh, that's quite an interesting ending. Like the way he did that, the things happened. I was like, oh, wow. But then it was the part at the very end where your character said this thing. That was the part for me that was like, well, what? What the hell?
What was the point then?
What's going on?
I feel like if that was a TV show or a movie, you would be like, the Games of Thrones did it.
The Games of Thrones did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay, so has this ever happened to you, Ellie? I suppose you've never finished a game.
Yeah, exactly. I've got nothing to give you.
Yeah, did Detroit Become Human end that way?
No, you would have loved the ending of it,
I
right?
loved that, and there were lots of endings, so I could play that again, and I could get a totally different ending. So no, I haven't ever been disappointed by a gaming ending.
Yeah.
Have you, Chris?
I've kind of. Have you ended that one that you were playing? That you said you were going to end, the Wayfarer or whatever? Spiritfarer.
God, no, she didn't.
But she got to the end but didn't want to end it because she didn't want it to be over, and now she's just stopped.
Yeah, that's weird.
Okay.
That's weird. I need to get through that.
No, that's all right.
There was like a genuine feeling of shame.
Yeah, I'm like,
just
what am I
there.
doing?
I quite often am underwhelmed by the end of games.
Yeah.
Like it's a common feeling. Very, very, very common feeling. Like, for example, I always just, for example, the first time I played The Last of Us, famous ending. Season
very famous.
episode, the first game, The Last of Us 1, really famous ending. The way it leaves things open, leaves you questioning, you doubt the intentions of characters and stuff. I thought that was a massive letdown the first time I played it.
Yeah.
And then it was the second time I played it, I was like, oh. And then when I watched the TV show, I was like, oh. But the first time, maybe it's a combination of like this amazing experience being over And I'm like, you do all this stuff and you get really good and you build your crafting system and your abilities and you start to get really good at the game, and then it finishes.
Apologies for that one. We had a bit of a technical difficulty there, didn't we?
Yeah, it just stopped mid. Great point from one of the hosts. Can't remember who was speaking.
Yeah.
But we talked for it was 6 or 7 minutes, and it didn't save any of it, which is a bit of a shame. Long story short, I was saying the best endings of video games for me was God of War 2 on PlayStation 2, and also the God of War remake in 2018 finished really well as well.
Yeah. Nice.
And I said that it's quite hard for gaming developers to write a ending for an RPG.
Yeah.
And I said absolutely nothing at all.
When
Ellie promised to play a video game.
Ellie said she loved the ending of Bloodborne and also Dark Souls 3.
That's
Yes,
exactly what I
she
said.
did.
It's
Which
gone
was-
though,
which
weirdly.
was crazy.
Yeah, weird.
yeah,
Hey, thanks for listening
Yeah,
though to this
sorry
week's
about
DLC. Yeah, you got half the ep.
Yeah.
But we'll see you on Thursday for our normal ep. Thanks for joining us.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Wait.